Ohio Supreme Court earlier today upheld Ohio's firearms preemption law as constitutional. Joining us to talk about it right now, the General Counsel for Ohioans for Concealed Carry, Derek DeBrose. And Derek, thank you so much, sir, for coming on the program.
Oh, you're welcome, Cam. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Congratulations on the Supreme Court decision today.
Yeah, it was a big win for all Ohioans.
Absolutely. A 5-2 decision. The court found that Ohio's 2006 preemption law does not infringe on the home rule powers of Ohio cities. Now, there was an earlier court decision dealing with sort of the same issue, right?
Yeah, it was the case back in 2008, I believe. It was my client, Ohioans for Concealed Carry, versus the city of Clive. It was the same rule that 9.68 was constitutional, that it was a general law, and it did not violate the home rule provision of the Ohio Constitution. And this case's decision today, it didn't come as a surprise to myself or my client or most gun owners in the state of Ohio.
Okay, the case today dealt with a challenge by Cleveland. The mayor of Cleveland, Frank Jackson, did not like these the firearms preemption law because they would have, and in fact do, prevent the city of Cleveland from enforcing their own local ordinances. And I remember at the time when the preemption law passed, Mayor Jackson actually told Cleveland police, look, you still have to enforce these local ordinances. And the local police officers union said, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, as far as we're concerned, this is state law. And this was a big problem in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. The city of Cleveland just kind of does its own thing up there. A lot of the attorneys around different parts of the state call it the country of Cuyahoga. It's like they have their own laws up there. So they filed this lawsuit, and they had to know it was going to lose. I mean, this case was already decided. It is constitutional. It's a general law. The legislature made it very clear when they wrote the law that this was the intent of what they desired to have done.
Mm-hmm.
But they still decided to bring the fight up, and they lost in the end.
All right, Brady campaign says, quote, this is part of an NRA effort to get guns into more places and to take away the power of local citizens to decide what their gun laws will be. But in actuality, Derek, this is an effort to have one standard uniform firearm law across the state so that when folks are driving from Cincinnati to Cleveland, they don't have to try to learn 60 different sets of gun laws for every town that they're driving through.
That's absolutely right, and I was listening to your show the other day with the Brian Aiken, I believe that's his name.
Yeah.
This is a much smaller issue in the sense that it's within one state, but the laws would vary from municipality to municipality. And how do you know if you're violating the law? The legislature, you're right, wanted to create that comprehensive general law, make it very streamlined, but they also wanted to reinforce what the U.S. Supreme Court has decided in the last few years with McDonald and Heller. That this is a fundamental individual right under the Ohio Constitution and the U.S. Constitution.
So as far as the issue of preemption is concerned, Derek, do you believe now that this issue is settled?
To some degree, yes. Currently, we, Ohioans for Concealed Carry, have another lawsuit pending in the Mahoney County Court of Common Pleas with regards to a section of this law, Ohio Revised Code 9.68, that regards attorney's fees. That has not really been developed yet, so this is a case of first impression, so to speak. We're basically sued a local municipality up there, the city of Campbell. They had passed an ordinance that said you couldn't sell guns within the city limits. We sent various letters to them trying to get this thing resolved. We finally had to sue them, and it was like 7 days after we sued them, they finally repealed their ordinance. We demanded our attorney's fees under 9.68, the preemption statute, and now they're refusing. So we're in court on that issue as well. This case definitely helps us on that.
All right. But in terms of the various municipalities continuing to try to enact new gun laws, hopefully they've gotten the message?
I would hope so. It seems, cities like Cleveland, they tend not to get the message, but we'll see what happens. We'll see if they're going to try and pick a fight again or not, but this is the second time the Ohio Supreme Court's ruled this thing constitutional.
All right. Well, Derek, thanks again for coming on the program, sir, and again, congratulations for the Supreme Court victory.